state has announced Digital Seva Setu program to provide online public welfare services in rural areas? Right answer is Gujarat. The state government of Gujarat has announced Digital Seva Setu program to ensure optimum utilization of technology for public welfare in rural areas. This program has been initiated under the BharatNet project. Under this program, public welfare services will be made available in all the Gram Panchayats in the state by connecting village panchayats through optical fiber network, and all the Gram Panchayats will be connected to the state data center at Gandhinagar, and each village panchayat will get a e-gram office. By this, people need not to go to taluka or district level offices. Remember some recent news about Gujarat. Gujarat government has launched a scheme called Mukhyamantri Mahila Utkarsh Yojana, under which interest-free loans will be provided to women self-help groups. And Gujarat is in the top rank in Export Preparedness Index 2020. Gujarat will start the seaplane services from Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad to Statue of Unity in Kevadia. Another point is world class honey testing laboratory was inaugurated in Gujarat. And another point is HSBC announced that it will set up IFSC banking unit in Gujarat. And about Gujarat, what is the capital of Gujarat? Gandhinagar. Chief Minister is Vijay Rupani and Governor is Acharya Devvrat. Next one. ICICI Bank has launched a debit card facility for the customers availing the loan against securities. What is the maximum daily transaction limit on this card? Answer is 3 lakh. ICICI Bank has launched a debit card facility for the customers availing the loan against securities, in which maximum daily transaction limit is rupees 3 lakh each for POS and online transactions. Remember one important point, this debit card is available on the Visa platform. The customers can use this card across all domestic merchant establishments, POS and online transactions like payments on e-commerce portals within their sanctioned loan against security amount. Also remember, ICICI Bank has become the first bank in India to launch such a facility. Also remember another important point related to ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is also the first bank in India to use satellite data to assess the credit worthiness of the farmers. And also recently, ICICI Home Finance has launched a new loan scheme named Apnagar Dreams for Skilled Workers. And also ICICI Bank has launched a new product named iStartup 2.0 to cater to the banking needs of startups and entrepreneurs. And another point is virtual property exhibition Home Utsav was also launched by ICICI Bank. Next one is, what is the name of the online startup discovery platform launched by Government of India recently? Answer is Startup India Showcase. The Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has launched an online discovery platform for startups called Startup India Showcase. The listed firms under this website will be considered as potential suppliers of goods and services by the government and corporate buyers. The startups will be handpicked by the experts and will go through multiple screening and evaluation rounds to be listed in this website. Each startup will have its own profile page with a detailed information about its product and innovation, as well as a video and PDF links. The main aim of this website is to make a repository of India's most promising startups that have proved their capabilities from across sectors such as fintech, enterprise tech, social impact, healthcare and edtech, among others. Next one is, what is the name of the India's largest HPC AI supercomputer which will be commissioned by the Center for Development of Advanced Computing? Answer is Param Siddhi AI. The Center for Development of Advanced Computing will be commissioning India's largest HPC AI supercomputer, Param Siddhi AI. This initiative will place India among the top countries in global AI supercomputing research and innovation. Remember one important point, this will be established under National Supercomputing Mission, a Government of India initiative, and this will be established at Center for Development of Advanced Computing with support from Niti Aayog, Ministry of Electronics and IT, Department of Science and Technology and the central government. It will use NVIDIA next generation technology, CDAC software stack and cloud platform. Next one is, Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer A. Doudna wins Nobel Prize 2020 in which field? Answer is chemistry. The Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2020 jointly to Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer A. Doudna. This award was given for the development of a method for genome editing. Emmanuel Charpentier is a director of the Max Planck Unit for the Science of Pathogens, Berlin, Germany. Jennifer A. Doudna is a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, USA, and investigator at Harvard Hughes Medical Institute. I'll remind you the Nobel Prize winners in physics and medicines which we discussed previously. Roger Penrose, Reinhard Genzel and Andrea Ghez jointly won 2020 Nobel Prize in Physics, and Harvey J. Alter, Michael Houghton and Charles M. Rice jointly won Nobel Prize in Medicine. Next one is the Indian Coast Guard launched the offshore patrol vessel Vigraha was built by which company? Answer is Larsen and Toubro. Larsen and Toubro has built the Vigraha offshore patrol vessel which was recently launched by Indian Coast Guard. This was launched at a private shipyard in Kattupalli north of Chennai. This is the seventh and last in the series of 7 vessels that was designed and built exclusively for the Coast Guard by Larsen and Toubro, and this is part of the Make in India initiative. This vessel will be inducted into the Indian Coast Guard in March 2021, and this will serve from East region from Visakhapatnam. Also remember, recently Indian Coast Guard has commissioned ICGS Kanaklata Barua fast patrol vessel at Kolkata. Next one is, who has been appointed as the Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation Security? Answer is M.A. Ganapathy. M.A. Ganapathy is 1986 batch IPS officer of Uttarakhand cadre. The Government of India has appointed him as the Director General of Civil Aviation Security. This post was lying vacant after Rakesh Asthana was appointed as the Director General of Border Security Force in August 2020. Meanwhile, after Rakesh Asthana was moved as Director General of BSF, Usha Padhi was appointed as the Interim Director General. By this, Usha Padhi became the first woman Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, and now M.A. Ganapathy has been appointed as the full-time Director General of Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Next one, which IT project has been launched recently to digitalize Coal Mines Provident Fund Organization? Answer is Sunidhi. Sunidhi full form is Superior New Generation Information and Data Handling Initiative. The Coal Mines Provident Fund Organization has launched this information technology project for digitalization of entire Provident Fund and pension related activities. The Coal Mines Provident Fund Organization is a statutory body under the Coal Ministry which administers different schemes of Provident Fund, pension and deposit linked insurance for coal mines workers. This project was inaugurated virtually in the presence of Coal Secretary Anil Kumar Jain and Coal India Chairman Pramod Agarwal. Next one is, who has been appointed as the new Chairman of State Bank of India? Answer is Dinesh Kumar Kara. Government has appointed Dinesh Kumar Kara as the new Chairman of State Bank of India. Before this, he was serving as the Managing Director of SBI. He has been appointed for a period of 3 years with effect from 7th October 2020. He replaces Rajnish Kumar, whose 3-year term ended recently. You need to remember the name of Mr. Rajnish Kumar as well, because sometimes question can be like Dinesh Kumar Kara has been appointed as the new chairman of SBI, who was the previous chairman. So along with the new appointee, you need to remember the person who replaces. Next one is, when is World Cotton Day observed? Answer is 7th October. The World Cotton Day is observed on 7th October annually to celebrate the international cotton industry and its contribution to communities and the global economy. This day is being observed since 2019. On 7th October 2019, the World Trade Organization has inaugurated this day in Geneva. The World Trade Organization was formed in 1995. Its current Director General is Roberto Azevedo and its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. The brand name given to the Indian cotton on the occasion of the second World Cotton Day recently. Answer is Kasturi Cotton. Indian cotton gets brand name and it will be known as Kasturi Cotton globally. Recently, the Union Minister of Textiles and Women and Child Development, Srimati Smriti Irani, launched the first ever brand and logo for Indian cotton on the occasion of World Cotton Day. World Cotton Day is observed on 7th October, which we discussed previously, and from now on the premium cotton of India will be known as Kasturi cotton in the world cotton trade. Next one is government appointed M. Rajeshwar Rao as the new deputy governor of RBI. How many deputy governors do RBI have? Answer is 4. RBI have a governor and 4 deputy governors. Other 3 deputy governors are MD Patra, BP Kanungo and MK Jain. And who is the governor of RBI? Shaktikanta Das. Rajeshwar Rao succeeds N.S. Vishwanathan, who resigned recently due to health reasons. Prior to this, Mr. Rajeshwar Rao was an executive director at RBI. I will remind you some important points about RBI. Recently, RBI has extended the marginal standing facility of 3% to banks on net demand and time liabilities till 31st March. Also recently, RBI announced to implement technology vision for cyber security for urban cooperative banks 2020 to 2023 with 5 pillared strategic approach called GUARD, and RBI has projected India's growth rate at minus 4.5% for 2020-21. The RBI board has approved the transfer of 57,128 crore rupees as surplus to the central government for the accounting year 2019-20. And the last one is RBI had set up an expert committee under KV Kamath to submit its recommendations for resolution of coronavirus related stressed assets. Next question is, when is Air Force Day celebrated in India? Right answer is 8th October. Air Force Day is observed every year on 8th October. This is the 88th anniversary of the foundation day of the Air Force. Indian Air Force was officially established on 8th October 1932 by the British Empire as the Royal Indian Air Force. The name was changed to Indian Air Force in 1950. Remember some important points. Recently, Indian Air Force has launched My IAF app to provide career related information to those who wanted to choose their career in Air Force. Also, Indian Air Force received 5 Rafale jets from France, and at which Air Force station they arrived? They arrived at Ambala Air Force Station, Haryana. And also, Indian Air Force Commanders Conference was held in Delhi recently, and the theme for this conference was IAF in the next decade. Remember, Chief of Air Staff is Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhadauria. Next one is, government launched API integration between PM Swanidhi portal and eMudra portal of which bank? Right answer is State Bank of India. Government launched API integration between PM Swanidhi portal and SBI eMudra portal. API refers to Application Programming Interface. This will facilitate the flow of data between the PM Swanidhi portal and SBI's eMudra portal. This will allow a quick and smooth loan sanctioning and disbursement process to benefit the street vendors seeking a working capital loan under the PM Swanidhi scheme. Remember, this integration will be done by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and also this integration will be done for the other banks as well in the coming future. Do you remember who was appointed as the new chairman of SBI? Dinesh Kumar Kara. Also remember, recently Charanjit Atra has been appointed as the new Chief Financial Officer of SBI. Next one is, where was the cryogenic oxygen plant commissioned by Inox Air Products recently? Answer is Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister is Yogi Adityanath. He inaugurated a new cryogenic oxygen plant that has been commissioned by Inox Air Products. And this is the biggest plant in the state and will help to supply oxygens in hospitals. The highlights of this plant is, it has a capacity of 150 tons per day and will produce liquid oxygen, liquid nitrogen and liquid argon. This plant will help the state to fight the coronavirus and also boost the state's industrial growth by supplying the industrial gases. This plant is part of a MOU that was signed between Inox Air Products and the UP government during the Investors Summit 2018. Next question is, the government of India has approved a memorandum of cooperation in the field of cyber security between India and which country? Right answer is Japan. India and Japan signed a memorandum of cooperation related to cyber security. This MOC will boost the cooperation in areas like capacity building in cyberspace, production of critical infrastructure and cooperation in emerging technologies, and also sharing information on cyber security threats and malicious cyber activities. Remember one important point, India has launched a National Cyber Security Policy in 2013, and also the digital economy of India stands at 14 to 15% of the total economy. Next one, which country has successfully tested a new hypersonic missile named Zircon? Answer is Russia. Zircon hypersonic cruise missile was successfully tested by Russia. This missile hit the target at a distance of 450 kilometers in just 4.5 minutes after reaching hypersonic speeds of more than Mach 8. This missile is a scramjet powered maneuvering anti-ship hypersonic cruise missile. And also remember another point related to Russia. Maritime Navy exercise Indra Navy was held between India and Russia recently, and also Russia has launched the world's first registered coronavirus vaccine named Sputnik 5. President of Russia is Vladimir Putin, capital is Moscow and currency is Russian ruble. Next question is, which bank has launched an online business monitoring program for MSMEs named MSMEs Prerana? Right answer is Indian Bank. This program was launched by Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs Nirmala Sitharaman. MSME Prerana is an online mentoring program designed for MSMEs, under which MSMEs will have online sessions on managerial and financial skills. These sessions will be conducted by Purnata and Company, with which Indian Bank has collaborated for this purpose. And also remember, recently we discussed about Indian Bank in one of our question. It was for Indian Bank has launched Kisan Credit Card Scheme for fishermen. And also remember, Indian Bank was merged with Allahabad Bank. Next one is, which Indian cricketer has been appointed as the brand ambassador of sports tech startup Huddle? Right answer is Ajinkya Rahane. Huddle is a sports tech startup which has recently announced Indian cricketer Ajinkya Rahane as its brand ambassador. He will promote the brand and also act as an advisor to the startup and provide the strategic inputs and guide the team. Also remember, Ajinkya Rahane is playing for Delhi Capitals team in ongoing Indian Premier League 2020. Also recently other cricketers were also appointed as brand ambassadors for other brands. Paytm has appointed Sachin Tendulkar as brand ambassador for its gaming platform Paytm First Games. Suresh Raina has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Nine Stacks, and also he along with Harmanpreet Kaur were appointed as global brand ambassadors of WTF Sports. And Smriti Mandana and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar were appointed as brand ambassadors of Player Sport, and SportUp has appointed Dwayne Bravo as its brand ambassador, and also Rohit Sharma has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Oakley. eBaygo has announced Harbhajan Singh as its brand ambassador, and the last one is Brett Lee has appointed as the brand ambassador of Sports Adda. Next question is, India with which country will launch constellation of maritime surveillance satellites for Indian Ocean region? Right answer is France. National Center for Space Studies of France and ISRO will jointly launch the constellation of maritime surveillance satellites for Indian Ocean region. The purpose is to trace illegal spillage of oil by ships. This will be the first space-based system in the world capable of tracking ships continuously, and this is part of the commitment made in August 2019 by France and India to develop and build a constellation of satellites to carry telecommunications, radar, optical and remote sensing instruments. Fintech startup has launched India's first financial control center on mobile to empower small business owners. Answer is Checkbook. Checkbook is Gurugram based fintech startup. It is India's first neobank for small business owners like kiranas, merchants, chemists and other businesses. Do you know what is a neobank? Neobank means it does not have any physical branches and completely operates online, and also neobanks don't have a bank license of their own but partners with banks to provide bank licensed services. Remember, for this purpose, Checkbook has partnered with ICICI Bank for current accounts. Under this financial control center of Checkbook, the small businesses can manage their everyday financial needs and can access other financial products, which helps in saving time and effort. With this platform, Checkbook will empower 60 million small business owners. Also remember, founder and CEO of Checkbook is Vipul Sharma. Next question is, Axis Bank has collaborated with which airlines to launch a co-branded Forex card? Answer is Vistara. Remember, Vistara is owned by Tata. Tata SIA Airlines Limited is operated as Vistara. Axis Bank has collaborated with Vistara to launch a co-branded Forex card named Axis Bank Club Vistara Forex card. This is for international travelers. This Forex card can load up to 16 currencies and provide an insurance coverage up to 3 lakh. Remember, Vistara is first Indian airline to offer a co-branded Forex card. It was founded in 2013 and its chairman is Bhaskar Bhatt. Also remember, recently Axis Bank has launched an initiative named Gig A Opportunities to hire the skilled talent from across the country. And also Axis Bank has launched automated voice assistant AXAA recently to address customer queries. Axis Bank was founded in 1993. Its MD and CEO is Amitabh Chaudhary and its headquarters is in Mumbai. Next question is, Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan passed away. What is the name of the party he formed in the year 2000? Answer is Lok Janshakti Party. Ram Vilas Paswan has formed Lok Janshakti Party in the year 2000 and he was also the president of this party. Before his death, he was serving as Union Minister for Food and Consumer Affairs. He was an 8-time member of parliament in Lok Sabha. He is from Bihar. Remember, the Union Minister Piyush Goyal has been assigned the additional charge of Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution following the death of Ram Vilas Paswan. Also remember, former CBI Director Ashwani Kumar has also passed away recently. Next one is, who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of India Post Payments Bank recently? Right answer is J. Venkatramu. Government appointed J. Venkatramu as the MD and CEO of India Post Payments Bank for a period of 3 years. He is currently serving as the Chief Digital Officer at Equitas Small Finance Bank. He succeeds Suresh Sethi, who was the founder, MD and CEO of India Post Payments Bank. India Post Payments Bank was founded on 1st September 2018. It operates with the Department of Posts under Ministry of Communication. These banks will operate at a smaller scale without involving any credit risk and cannot issue advance loans and also cannot issue credit cards. I will just remind you one point about Department of Posts. The Department of Posts has launched a scheme for universal coverage of postal schemes in rural areas across the country. Do you remember the name of that scheme? It is 5-star villages. Next question is, which program of the United Nations has won the Nobel Peace Prize 2020? Answer is World Food Program. What is this World Food Program? It is the food assistance branch of the United Nations and the world's largest humanitarian organization which addresses hunger and promote food security. Why this has been chosen for the Nobel Peace Prize 2020? It was awarded for its efforts to combat hunger and for its contribution to make conditions better for peace in conflict affected areas and efforts to prevent the use of hunger as a weapon of war and conflict. Remember, it was formed in 1961. Its headquarters is in Rome, Italy. Along with this, I will remind you other Nobel Prizes 2020 which we discussed previously. Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer A. Doudna won the 2020 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Roger Penrose, Reinhard Genzel and Andrea Ghez has won the 2020 Nobel Prize in Physics. Harvey J. Alter, Michael Houghton and Charles M. Rice won 2020 Nobel Prize in Medicine. Next one is, which bank has projected India's GDP at minus 9.6% for 2021 in its South Asia Economic Focus Report recently? Answer is World Bank. World Bank projected India's GDP at minus 9.6% for 2021 in its South Asia Economic Focus Report which was released recently. The bank also mentioned that the contraction in the GDP is due to COVID-19 and the national lockdown. This projection of minus 9.6 is for 2021. Also, World Bank has projected India's GDP for the year 2022 as 5.4%, which is a positive percentage. So, remember both percentages. Remember one important recent news, Rajesh Kuller has been appointed as the Executive Director at World Bank, and also recently World Bank has released Human Capital Index 2020 in which India ranked 116, and also recently the government of Himachal Pradesh and the World Bank signed $82 million loan for the implementation of Himachal Pradesh State Roads Transformation Project. World Bank was formed in 1944. Its current president is David Malpass and its headquarters is in Washington DC, United States. Next question is, who is in the top of the Forbes India Rich List for 13th consecutive year? Answer is Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani is the chairman of the Reliance Industries Limited. He is in the top rank in the Forbes India Rich List for 2020. As per this list, he is the wealthiest Indian and this is 13th consecutive year on Forbes India list. It means he is the wealthiest Indian as per this list since 13 years. His net worth is US $88.7 billion and it is 73% increase from the previous year. And the second spot is occupied by Adani Group Chairman Gautam Adani with a net worth of US $25.2 billion. And Shiv Nadar is in the third spot with net worth of US $20.4 billion. Remember, Forbes India is issuing a list of India's richest people from 2008 and from 2008 Mukesh Ambani is in the top position till now. Next question is, Pradeep Kumar Rawat has been appointed as the next ambassador to which country? Answer is Netherlands. Pradeep Kumar Rawat is an Indian Foreign Service Officer of 1990 batch. He is currently serving as the ambassador of India to Indonesia. Now he has been appointed as the next ambassador to Netherlands. This was announced by the Ministry of External Affairs. Current External Affairs Minister is Dr. S. Jaishankar. Recently we discussed a question related to Netherlands. Once I will remind you that Niti Aayog and the Embassy of the Netherlands, New Delhi has signed a statement of intent to support the decarbonization and energy transition agenda. Next one is, what is the name of the indigenously developed anti-radiation missile flight tested by DRDO? Answer is Rudram. DRDO successfully flight tested a new generation anti-radiation missile named Rudram at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island, formerly known as Wheeler Island of the coast of Odisha. This is India's first indigenous anti-radiation missile being developed by DRDO for Indian Air Force. This was launched from Su-30 Mk-1 fighter aircraft. With this, India has established indigenous capability to develop long-range air-launched anti-radiation missiles for neutralizing enemy radars and communication. Also remember, DRDO recently tested the supersonic missile assisted release of Torpedo Smart, and a new version of Shaurya surface to surface nuclear capable ballistic missile was also tested successfully, and also BrahMos supersonic cruise missile with indigenous features was also tested successfully. DRDO was established in 1958. Its chairman is Dr. G. Satish Reddy and its headquarters is in New Delhi. Next one is, when is World Post Day celebrated? Right answer is 9th October. World Post Day is celebrated every year on 9th October globally. This day marks the anniversary of the Universal Postal Union, which was created in 1874 in Switzerland. The first World Post Day was celebrated in 1969. This day is celebrated to create awareness on the role of the postal sector in everyday lives and businesses and its contribution to the social and economic development of countries. Which state union territory became India's first Har Ghar Jal state by providing tap water connection to every rural household? Answer is Goa. Goa has become the first Har Ghar Jal state in the country by providing tap water connection to every rural household. This is as per the data of the Ministry of Jal Shakti. Jal Shakti Minister is Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Recently, Jal Shakti Ministry has launched a contest to spread awareness on water conservation and management. Do you remember the name of that contest? It is Water Heroes. Now coming back to the question, the Goa government provided tap water connection to 2,30,000 rural households in all the Gram Panchayats of Goa. Remember, Goa has 191 Gram Panchayats. Also remember another recent news related to Goa. Recently, Goa's Harmal chilies, Moira banana and Kaje got GI tag. We discussed about another chili which got a GI tag recently, that is Dalle Kursani chilies of Sikkim, which is one of the world's spiciest chilies. Next one is, IRCTC tied up with which e-commerce company recently to start online train ticket bookings? Answer is Amazon India. IRCTC refers to Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation. It is a subsidiary of the Indian Railways that handles the catering, tourism and online ticketing. Recently, IRCTC has tied up with Amazon India to provide its customers with the facility to book reserved train tickets on Amazon. Through this, Amazon customers can book tickets, check seat availability in trains in Amazon app. Amazon customers can use Amazon Pay balance to buy tickets. Also remember another important news related to IRCTC. IRCTC and SBI card launched a new co-branded contactless credit card on RuPay platform recently. Remember, Minister of Railways is Piyush Goyal. Also remember, Piyush Goyal has been assigned the additional charge of Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution after the death of Ram Vilas Paswan. Next question is, Uttarakhand government has launched Mukhyamantri Saur Swarojgar Yojana to generate self-employment in which sector? Answer is green energy. Uttarakhand Chief Minister is Trivendra Singh Rawat. He has launched a scheme called Mukhyamantri Saur Swarojgar Yojana to create self-employment for nearly 10,000 youth and migrants. For this purpose, the state government will allocate solar plants of 25 kilowatts each to the youth and migrants who have returned home due to lockdown, and also cooperative banks will provide loans to them to set up those solar plants. Each plant will generate 38,000 units of electricity per annum, and this will be purchased by Uttarakhand Power Corporation Limited for 25 years. This initiative will promote the production of green energy as well as provide self-employment opportunities to the youth of the state. Also remember, recently Uttarakhand Tourism Development Board and the Indo-Tibetan Border Police has signed a MOU to promote adventure sports activities at Tehri Lake. And also recently Uttarakhand has announced to set up Sanskrit Grams across the state, and also Uttarakhand announced that it will open India's first snow leopard conservation center in Uttarkashi Forest Division. Next one is, Indian Navy along with which armed forces has conducted coastal security exercise named Sagar Kavach recently? Answer is Indian Coast Guard. Sagar Kavach is a coastal security exercise conducted between Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard. This exercise is conducted 2 times in a year. This was conducted on the coastal areas of Kerala, Karnataka and Lakshadweep. The aim of Sagar Kavach is to check the coastal security mechanism and validate standard operating procedures. Also remember some important points. Recently, Indian Navy did the aerial seeding at Visakhapatnam to enhance the green cover, and Indian Coast Guard has launched the offshore patrol vessel Vigraha and also recently commissioned Kanakalata Barua fast patrol vessel. Next one is, which state has launched Jagananna Vidya Kanuka scheme to distribute school kits to the poor children in the state? Answer is Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister is Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. He has launched a new scheme named Jagananna Vidya Kanuka to distribute school kits to the poor children of the state. For this, Andhra Pradesh government will be spending around rupees 650 crore. Under this scheme, the government school students from class 1 to 10 across the state will get the school kits or Vidya Kanuka. This contains 3 pairs of uniform, 1 pair of shoe, 2 pair of socks, a belt, 1 set of textbooks and notebooks and 1 school bag. It is estimated that 42,34,322 kits will be distributed across the state under this scheme. Also remember, recently Andhra Pradesh government has launched YSR Asara scheme, YSR Cheyuta scheme, YSR Sampurna Poshana scheme and YSR Sampurna Poshana Plus scheme. Next one is, who was named as the brand ambassador of India's first ever badminton brand Transform? Answer is Chetan Anand. Chetan Anand is a badminton player who is a Commonwealth Games medalist. India's first ever badminton brand Transform has appointed Chetan Anand as its brand ambassador. Transform is a manufacturer of badminton rackets which make the rackets with military grade graphite. As of now, India is importing the badminton rackets for international players. Now, Transform is providing the best rackets available in the market that are currently imported. Remember, Chetan Anand is a 4-time national champion and 3 times South Asian Games men's singles champion. Next one is, when is World Mental Health Day celebrated? Answer is 10th October. World Mental Health Day is observed every year on 10th October globally for global mental health education, awareness and advocacy against social stigma. The theme for 2020 is Mental Health for All. This day was first celebrated in 1992 by the initiative of the World Federation for Mental Health, which is a global mental health organization. And also remember, World Egg Day was observed on 9th October. National Postal Week is being celebrated from 9th October to 15th October. World Sight Day was observed on 8th October and Indian Foreign Service Day is observed on 9th October, and also World Investor Week is being celebrated from 5th October to 11th October. Next one, who has been re-elected as the chairman of Association of Mutual Funds in India? Answer is Nilesh Shah. Nilesh Shah has been re-elected as the chairman of Association of Mutual Funds in India. Association of Mutual Funds in India is a standards organization in the mutual fund sector. It was formed to develop the mutual funds market in India, and most of the mutual fund firms in India are its members. Nilesh Shah is managing director of Kotak Asset Management Company. He was earlier elected as the chairman for 2019-20 and now he has been re-elected. Next question is, KK Usha passed away recently. She was the first woman Chief Justice of which state? Answer is Kerala. Justice KK Usha was a former Chief Justice of the Kerala High Court. She passed away at the age of 81 and she is the first woman Chief Justice of Kerala. She served as the Chief Justice of Kerala High Court from 2000 to 2001. And also remember another related news, recently Mexican Nobel literate Mario Molina passed away. He was a scientist and won the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1995. And do you know who is the current Chief Justice of India? Sharad Arvind Bobde. Next one is, who won 2020 Nobel Prize in Literature recently? Answer is Louise Gluck. The Nobel Prize in Literature for 2020 is awarded to American poet Louise Gluck for her poetic voice. The Nobel Prize 2020 were awarded by the Swedish Academy, Stockholm, Sweden. Remember, Nobel Prize was first awarded in the year 1901. This award is presented by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. RBI has released third bi-monthly monetary policy statement 2020-21 recently. What is the current repo rate? Answer is 4%. Recently, RBI has released the third bi-monthly monetary policy and the repo rate is unchanged at 4%. What is the repo rate? It is the rate at which RBI lends money to commercial banks, and the other rates were also unchanged. Reverse repo rate is 3.35%. Marginal standing facility rate and bank rate is 4.25%. We discussed repo rate is the rate at which RBI lends money to commercial banks. And what is reverse repo rate? It is the rate at which RBI absorbs the money from the banks which is in excess. This is just reversal to the repo rate. And marginal standing facility means it is a provision which enables the scheduled commercial banks to borrow an additional amount of overnight money from RBI. In simple terms, it is a window for banks to borrow from the Reserve Bank of India in an emergency when interbank liquidity dries up completely. And bank rate is, it is the rate at which commercial banks can borrow from the RBI. Don't get confused between repo rate and bank rate. In repo rate, RBI lends money to commercial banks by purchasing securities, and in bank rate, commercial banks can borrow from RBI without any security. That is the difference. There are other differences as well. This is the main difference. Next question is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the physical distribution of property cards under which scheme to provide the record of properties of village household owners in rural areas? Answer is Swamitva. Swamitva full form is Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. Prime Minister has launched the physical distribution of property cards under this scheme. This scheme was launched in April this year to provide the record of properties of village household owners in rural areas and issue property cards. The villagers will get the legal rights of their houses through property cards, which will help them to avail loans from banks and other financial institutions, and this initiative will prevent illegal capturing of their properties as well. This scheme will help to transform rural India and empower millions of people. Next one is, which state union territory became the first in India to launch tree transplantation policy? Answer is Delhi. Delhi government has launched a tree transplantation policy to preserve and protect trees. Delhi's chief minister is Arvind Kejriwal. What is a tree transplantation? It means moving a plant or a tree from one location to another location along with the roots without making any damage to the plant or tree. Under this policy, the trees which needs to be felled or cut due to construction and other development projects, they should not be cut down, they need to be uprooted and transplanted in another location. If in any construction or development project 80% of the total number of trees to be felled, then they must be transplanted to other location compulsorily, and this policy is not applicable if there are 10 or less than 10 trees. And also the agencies which undertake the work of transplantation, they must ensure the survival of at least 80% of the transplanted trees, then only they will be paid for their work. Next one is, which state government has partnered with Israel to set up Center of Excellence on high value vegetables recently? Answer is Meghalaya. Meghalaya government has partnered with Israel to set up a Center of Excellence. This is for high value vegetables. Through this Center of Excellence, the state is expected to benefit from the expertise offered by Israel in terms of protected cultivation, quality planting materials, technology support, technology know-how and quality planting materials. Initially, it will focus on seasonal and high value vegetables and water management, and the second phase will concentrate on the expansion of the research and development of citrus fruits. Also remember another important point related to Meghalaya. Recently, India's largest piggery mission was launched in Meghalaya. Chief Minister of Meghalaya is Conrad Sangma. Next question is, Health and Ayush Ministry has jointly released National Clinical Management Protocol based on Ayurveda and Yoga for the management of which disease? Answer is COVID-19. Union Health and Family Welfare Minister is Dr. Harshvardhan. National Clinical Management Protocol based on Ayurveda and Yoga was recently released by Health and Ayush Ministry for management of COVID-19. This protocol provides clear guidance to Ayush practitioners regarding treatment of COVID-19 patients in different conditions of infection. This brings in uniformity and consistency in the Ayush based responses to the pandemic across the country. This protocol was prepared based on the report and recommendations of the interdisciplinary committee formed by Health Ministry. Also, Ministry of Ayush has set up an interdisciplinary Ayush research and development task force with a group of senior experts to formulate and develop strategies for this initiative for integration of Ayurveda and Yoga interventions for COVID-19. Basically, this protocol is for the uniformity of the treatment across the country by integrating Yoga and Ayurveda. Next one is, Union Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank inaugurated the Gyan Circle Ventures in which state recently? Answer is Andhra Pradesh. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank is Union Minister for Education. Recently, he inaugurated the Gyan Circle Ventures virtually in Sri City, Chittoor in Andhra Pradesh. This is funded by Technology Business Incubator developed by the Indian Institute of Information Technology, Andhra Pradesh. These ventures will provide support to youngsters in different phases and help them become successful innovators and also foster entrepreneurship in youngsters. These ventures will use artificial intelligence, blockchain, cyber security, robotics and other technology in its processes. And also leading experts and industrialists will provide their expertise to the incubates. Next one is, who has launched Jan Andolan campaign on COVID-19 appropriate behavior recently? Answer is Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched a campaign on Jan Andolan for COVID-19 appropriate behavior. Why this was launched? This was launched in view of upcoming festivals and winter season as well as the opening up of the economy. Through this campaign, He urged the people to always remember to wear a mask, wash hands, follow social distancing by maintaining do gaz ki duri. Next one is, what is the theme of the International Day of the Girl Child? Answer is My Voice, Our Equal Future. The theme for 2020 International Day of the Girl Child is My Voice, Our Equal Future. When is this day celebrated? It is celebrated on 11th October every year. This is being observed since 2012. This day was declared by the United Nations to raise awareness on issues facing by the girls internationally in terms of education, nutrition, child marriage, legal and medical rights. Also remember another important day, the World Day Against the Death Penalty is observed every year on 10th October. The theme for this day is Access to Counsel, a matter of life or death. This day is observed to advocate for the abolition of the death penalty. Next one is, which noted poet will be conferred the prestigious Sarla Puraskar? Answer is Nityananda Nayak. Nityananda Nayak is a noted Odia poet. He will be conferred the prestigious Sarla Puraskar for his poetry work published in 2017. He will be facilitated with a cash award of 5 lakh and a citation. This award was announced by Sarla Puraskar Committee. This is the 41st edition of the literary award, which was instituted by Indian Metals Public Charitable Trust in 1979, and this award is recognized as the foremost literary award of the state. Next one is, Bishr al-Kassawneh has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of which country recently? Answer is Jordan. Jordan is located in Middle East. Recently, Bishr al-Kassawneh has been appointed as the new Prime Minister by the King of Jordan. King of Jordan is Abdullah ibn al-Hussein. Currently, Bishr al-Kassawneh is serving as the policy advisor to the king. He succeeds previous Prime Minister Omar al-Razaz. Indian beaches recommended by Government of India gets coveted International Blue Flag certification recently. Answer is 8. Recently, Indian government have recommended 8 Indian beaches for a Blue Flag certification, and all the 8 beaches have got the International Blue Flag certification. The Blue Flag certificate is an international recognized eco-label given by Foundation for Environment Education, Denmark. Blue Flag beaches are considered as the benchmark for clean and hygienic beaches in the world. The selection of these 8 beaches was made by an independent national jury composed of eminent environmentalists and scientists, and then recommended for an eco-label by Blue Flag certification. Now all these beaches have got this certification. Also remember, recently India has also launched its own eco-label called BEAMS. BEAMS full form is Beach Environment and Aesthetics Management Services. This BEAMS program aims to prevent pollution in coastal waters, promote sustainable development of beach facilities, maintain high standards of cleanliness, hygiene and safety for beachgoers in accordance with coastal environment and regulations. Do you remember who is the Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change? Prakash Javadekar. Next one is, who won the men's singles title in French Open 2020? Answer is Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal belongs to Spain. He is the winner of the French Open 2020. He defeated Novak Djokovic in the final to win the title, and the women's singles title winner is Iga Swiatek of Poland. And coming to doubles, men's doubles winners are Kevin Kravitz and Andreas Mies of Germany, and women's doubles winners are Timea Babos of Hungary and Kristina Ladinovic of France. Also remember about the recently held Italian Open and US Open. In Italian Open, men's singles title winner was Novak Djokovic and women's singles title winner was Simona Halep. And in US Open, men's singles title winner was Dominic Thiem and the women's singles title winner was Naomi Osaka. Next one is, when is World Arthritis Day observed? Answer is 12th October. World Arthritis Day is observed globally on 12th October every year. This day is celebrated to raise awareness about arthritis, which is an inflammatory condition which causes pain and stiffness in joints. This day was started by Arthritis and Rheumatism International in 1996 to spread awareness about arthritis and encourage the nations to help reduce the burden of arthritis. I'll just remind you recent important days. World Egg Day was observed on 9th October. National Postal Week is being celebrated from 9th October to 15th October. Indian Foreign Service Day was observed on 9th October. World Mental Health Day was observed on 10th October, and World Investor Week was observed from 5th October to 11th October. Next one is Prime Minister Narendra Modi released a commemorative coin of which denomination in honor of Vijayaraje Scindia recently? Answer is rupees 100. Prime Minister Narendra Modi released a commemorative 100 rupee coin in the honor of Vijayaraje Scindia. She was one of the founder members of BJP. She was popularly known as the Rajmata of Gwalior. Remember, she was the wife of last ruling Maharaja of Gwalior, Jivaji Rao Scindia. Later, she became a politician and was elected to both houses of the Indian Parliament. She was also an active member of Janasangh and later co-founded the Bharatiya Janata Party. Next one is Chaitanya Venkateswaran becomes the High Commissioner of which country in India for one day? Answer is United Kingdom. Remember, this is a part of a competition of UK mission in celebration of International Day of the Girl Child on October 11th. This initiative is aimed at empowering and highlighting the challenges faced by women across the world. The British High Commission has been organizing this High Commissioner for a Day competition annually since 2017, in which young Indian women aged 18 to 23 years are invited to take over as their most senior diplomat in the UK High Commission in India for one day. Chaitanya Venkateswaran is from New Delhi, who is an active volunteer and has worked to aid visually impaired students, acid attack survivors. Some important news about United Kingdom are UK and the United Nations are going to co-organize a global climate summit in December. Another point is UK has banned its companies from sourcing 5G equipment from Huawei, a Chinese company. And another point is India and the United Kingdom held a virtual water partnership meeting recently. Prime Minister of UK is Boris Johnson, its capital is London and currency is pound sterling. Next one is which country has recently joined World Health Organization's Global Vaccine Alliance COVAX? Answer is China. Recently, China has formally joined the World Health Organization's Global COVID-19 Vaccine Initiative known as COVAX. COVAX is a global initiative that brings together governments and manufacturers to ensure eventual COVID-19 vaccines reach those in greatest need around the world. This will help in pooling financial and scientific resources of the participating economies, which will enable these countries to ensure themselves against the failure of any individual vaccine candidate and secure successful vaccine in a cost-effective targeted way. President of China is Xi Jinping, its capital is Beijing and currency is renminbi. World Health Organization was formed in 1948. Its Director General is Tedros Adhanom. Its headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. Next one is Myntra appointed which YouTube sensation as its brand ambassador recently? Answer is Bhuvan Bam. Myntra has appointed YouTuber Bhuvan Bam as its first digital brand ambassador to further engage with the brand's fashion forward and tech savvy customers starting this festive season. As part of the strategic association, Myntra and Bhuvan will co-ideate and create content that effectively communicates the brand's proposition in an innovative, highly relatable and entertaining manner. Also remember, recently Bollywood actress Kaira Advani was also appointed as brand ambassador of Myntra. Once I'll remind you about the recent brand ambassadors. Recently, India's first ever badminton brand Transform has appointed Chetan Anand as its brand ambassador. Ajinkya Rahane has been appointed as the brand ambassador of sports tech startup Huddle. Paytm has appointed Sachin Tendulkar as brand ambassador for its gaming platform Paytm First Games. Suresh Raina has been appointed as the brand ambassador of 9stacks. Next one is which state union territory has tied up with India Post to enroll farmers in PM Samman Nidhi scheme recently? Answer is Goa. Chief Minister of Goa is Pramod Sawant. Goa government has tied up with India Post to enroll 11,000 farmers in PM Samman Nidhi scheme. This is an unique initiative as this involves postmen for the first time for filling the forms and other documents as per government record. PM Samman Nidhi was launched in 2018 to provide income support to all landholding eligible farmer families. The farmers will be provided rupees 6,000 per annum under 3 equal installments. Remember, recently Madhya Pradesh government has launched Mukhyamantri Kisan Kalyan Yojana to provide rupees 4,000 to each farmer annually. This scheme was also on the lines of Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi. Also remember recent news about Goa. Goa has become the first Har Ghar Jal state in the country by providing tap water connection to every rural household. Next one is, who won the Eiffel Grand Prix 2020? Answer is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton has won the Eiffel Grand Prix 2020, which was held in Germany. This is Hamilton's 7th win of the season and 91st career race victory. This is equal to the highest ever wins by Michael Schumacher. Max Verstappen is at 2nd position and Daniel Ricciardo is at 3rd position. I'll remind you some recent wins of Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton has won the Belgian Grand Prix 2020, Tuscan Grand Prix 2020, British Grand Prix 2020 and Hungarian Grand Prix 2020. Next one is, economists Paul R. Milgrom and Robert B. Wilson wins Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. They belong to which country? Answer is United States. The 2020 Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences has been awarded jointly to Paul R. Milgrom and Robert B. Wilson for improvements to auction theory and intervention of new auction formats. This award is officially known as the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel. It comes with a gold medal and a cash award of 10 million Swedish krona, which is equal to US dollar 1.12 million. The literates in economic sciences are selected by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences in Stockholm. India signed a loan deal of US dollar 300 million to develop secondary towns of Rajasthan with which international bank recently? Answer is Asian Development Bank. Recently, Asian Development Bank has approved a loan amount of US dollar 300 million to finance the Rajasthan Secondary Towns Development Sector project. Headquarters of Asian Development Bank is in Mandaluyong, Manila, Philippines. The loan is for providing inclusive and sustainable water supply and sanitation infrastructure and services in 14 secondary towns of Rajasthan. Also remember, recently Government of India and Asian Development Bank has signed US dollar 500 million loan agreement to build a modern high speed 82 km Delhi Meerut regional rapid transit system corridor. Also, ADB has appointed Takio Konishi as its new country director for India, and before this Samir Kumar Kare has been appointed as the executive director of the Asian Development Bank, and also Ashok Lawsa has been appointed as the vice president of Asian Development Bank. Next one is, Prime Minister Narendra Modi released autobiography of Dr. Bala Saheb V.K. Patil. What is the title of this autobiography? Answer is Devechwa Karani. The title of his autobiography is Devechwa Karani, which means dedicating one's life for a noble cause. Bala Saheb V.K. Patil was an Indian politician from Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. Also, he has started Asia's first cooperative sugar factory at Loni in Maharashtra. He received Padma Bhushan in 2010. Along with the release of this autobiography, Pravara Rural Education Society has been renamed as Lokneta Dr. Bala Saheb V.K. Patil Pravara Rural Education Society. Pravara Rural Education Society was established in 1964 at Loni, Maharashtra to provide world class education to the rural masses and empower the girl child. Next one is, which state has announced to have high tech classrooms and labs in all its public schools recently? Answer is Kerala. Chief Minister of Kerala is Pinarayi Vijayan. He announced that the state will have high tech classrooms and labs in all its public schools. Kerala is the first state in India to do this. This project will be implemented by the Kerala Infrastructure and Technology for Education. Also, Kerala was in news recently for becoming the state with highest literacy rate of 96.2% in the country. This report was released by National Statistical Office. Also recently, Kerala's Health Minister K.K. Shailaja has been named as the Top Thinker 2020 by Prospect magazine. And also Kerala has won UN award for prevention and control of non-communicable diseases related sustainable development goals. And recently the first woman Chief Justice of Kerala, KK Usha, passed away. Next one is, which country is in the top rank in Oxfam's commitment to reducing inequality index 2020? Answer is Norway. Norway is the top country in the Oxfam's commitment to reducing inequality index 2020 among 158 countries. Norway is located in Europe and India's rank in this index is 129. This index was released by Oxfam International in partnership with Development Finance International. Oxfam is an international charitable organization. This index is based on three basic pillars: public services pillar, progressive tax pillar and workers rights pillar, and it focused on fighting inequality in the time of COVID-19. It monitors what governments are doing through their policy commitments to reduce inequality and tackle the gap between rich and poor. The lowest ranked country is South Sudan. Next one is, which state has launched a water testing lab on wheels to test water quality? Answer is Haryana. Chief Minister of Haryana is Manohar Lal Khattar. Recently, he has launched a water testing laboratory van to determine the quality of water. This was launched to provide easy access for water testing in remote locations of the state and also help identify the water quality problems on the spot. This mobile water testing laboratory van is fully equipped with multi-parameter system capable of measuring different water quality parameters and will help in quickly identifying the water quality. This initiative has been launched under the Jal Jeevan mission for providing tap water connection to every rural household. Remember, under the Jal Jeevan mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti aims to provide tap water connection to every rural home by 2024. Next one is, Ava Murtho took charge as the Prime Minister of which country for one day on the occasion of International Day of the Girl Child? Answer is Finland. Ava Murtho is a 16-year-old girl from small village of Vaksi in southern Finland. She has assumed the charge as the Prime Minister of Finland for one day as part of the UN International Day of Girl Child program Girls Take Over. This is an initiative to raise awareness of gender equality. Prime Minister of Finland is Sanna Marin. She handed over the power to Ava Murtho for one day to serve as the Prime Minister of Finland. Also remember, recently Chaitanya Venkateswaran became the High Commissioner of United Kingdom in India for one day on the occasion of the International Day of the Girl Child. Next one is, former Indian player Carlton Chapman passed away recently. He belongs to which sport? Answer is football. Carlton Chapman was former Indian football captain. Chapman played as midfielder for the Indian national team between 1995 and 2001. Under his captaincy, the football club East Bengal won the National Football League in 2001. Next one is, International Monetary Fund projected India's GDP to contract by what percent in 2020? Answer is 10.3%. International Monetary Fund has released its latest World Economic Outlook report in which India's GDP is projected as minus 10.3%. Before this, International Monetary Fund has projected India's GDP as minus 4.5%, but due to the rise in COVID cases, it has projected as minus 10.3%, and in the coming year, that is 2021 and 22, it projected India's GDP as 8.8%, which is a positive number. Also remember, IMF has projected world economy to contract by 4.4% in 2020, that is minus 4.4%. Also remember, recently Simanchala Das has been appointed as the advisor to executive director of IMF. IMF was formed in 1945. Its current managing director is Kristalina Georgieva. Its headquarters is in Washington DC, United States. Also remember, chief economist of IMF is Geeta Gopinath. Next one is, what is the theme of 2020 International Day for Disaster Reduction? Answer is disaster risk governance. Remember, the theme for 2020 International Day for Disaster Reduction is disaster risk governance. This day is being observed annually since 1989. This day is observed to promote a global culture of risk awareness and disaster reduction. Next one is, which bank has launched ACE credit card in collaboration with Google Pay and Visa recently? Right answer is Axis Bank. Axis Bank has launched a new entry level credit card named Axis ACE credit card with focus on increasing participation of users in the digital economy. The card has been launched in collaboration with Google Pay and will run on Visa platform. ACE credit card users would get 5% cashback on bill payments, DTH and mobile recharges done through Google Pay. Also remember, recently Axis Bank has collaborated with Vistara to launch a co-branded forex card named Axis Bank Club Vistara Forex Card for international travelers. Axis Bank was founded in 1993. Its MD and CEO is Amitabh Chaudhary and its headquarters is in Mumbai.